Hello everybody, my name is Stephanie and we're taking you into our Homeschool Haven Compass today for a really detailed look at what this looks like so you can decide if this is going to help you as you're navigating this homeschool decision for your family. So Michelle and I here at Homeschool Haven have developed this and we're really excited to hopefully let it help some of you. If you're joining us from YouTube today, we're going to put down in the comments here a web link to our website, which is homeschoolhaven.space, because it's going to make a little bit more sense if you're following us along from over there. For those of you that are already at the website, look above us here and we've got 8 bullet points that I'm just going to go through one at a time that will kind of guide us through looking inside of a blank template of this PDF that we've created to help you along, okay? So let's jump right into it. We've got our very first bullet point is it is a specific curriculum. There's a specific curriculum choice for each subject matter so that you don't have to become overwhelmed by the many curriculum choices out there. All right, so Michelle and I have been homeschooling for several years now, and we also both taught as elementary school teachers. And we know what both worlds look like, and we happen to really love curriculum. That is something that we enjoy, but it can be really overwhelming to get into that curriculum world. As 2020 got off to a start and went wonky for everybody, we had several friends and family just calling us and asking us different questions and looking for some guidance on the curriculum choices, especially because it is such an overwhelming place. And that's where we started talking about putting together this compass. And so what we've created here, you'll have your cover page, and depending on if you're K through 2 or 3 through 6, or if you got the whole K through 6, that's the only thing that will change here, but you're in the right spot if this is what you've got. And what we have first is just a specific curriculum choice for your language arts. You've got a math page, you've got a page for science and history, and you've got a page that is full of some elective or optional sources that we love. And each page just has the name of the curriculum. It has a direct link that you can go right there and the amount that this particular curriculum costs, and then any notes that we've added. And as I said, you'll go through that for all of your core subjects: language arts, math, science and history, and then your electives. Now, if you were to add up just the core, you would be coming out to about $350 for the curriculums that we've suggested. And that's not per child, because some of these can be used by multiple children. So that gives you a general idea. Our electives can vary a little bit depending on what you're wanting to create for your family. So we didn't put that in there because they are optional, okay? And so, but you're looking in that $350 range to purchase the curriculums that we are recommending, that we have or are using, and that target really trying to create a parent experience that isn't as intensive for you as the parent as much as possible. So that being said, we'll get into our second bullet point here, which is a sample weekly plans to maximize your time, okay? And all this is something simple that we really want you to think about not making something that creates pressure for you, because you're not going to be able to follow this exactly all the time because you're homeschooling. And when you're homeschooling and at home, a lot of unexpected factors can come into play, okay? So what this schedule looks like is we've just plugged in our different curriculums with the amounts of time that we would suggest for them with, based on the grade, how many hours per day you can kind of expect to be investing with your child. Now, this is going to look less than what would happen at the public school, and that's because at the public school they do have those amazing pullouts that they're doing, their arts, their PE, there's really neat assemblies that happen throughout the year. You have different projects that you're working on in class that are wonderful as well. And when all those things factor in, if you're just looking at your core with your child one-on-one at home, it is going to be a significant less amount of time. So just keep that in mind when you get here and you're not like, what? How is that possible? It's going to be less than you think. So now this is once your year is up and going and all there. But how do you get there? How do you get to the point where your child is doing these things, okay, in these time frames? Well, this is, any of you that know Michelle, aren't surprised to know that she's just a genius in a million ways. And this is something I loved. It was an idea of hers that I loved helping her to develop. This is your parent setup guide, and it goes with bullet number 3. It says, the third bullet says, a detailed setup guide to make life easy. All right. And all this is we've taken every single curriculum that we've already suggested. We've told you and given you steps and bullets for the things that you need to do to get it set up and running individually as the parent, even with time amounts that we think that should take you, okay? Just estimates there. And then the amount of time and steps that you need to take to make it a routine with your child to get them up and going. Now, as you're doing this and as you're starting out your year, please, please, please layer or phase these things in, okay? What you'll want to do is just pick 2 or 3, get those going for a few weeks, and once you're up and going well, because you're going to need to tweak, you're going to have to rearrange, they're going to have to get used to things, you're going to have to get used to things, then you add the next layer or the next few topics. And it takes a good 6 weeks or so to get everything up and running to the point where you look like that schedule. But this is something we did in our classrooms as well. It took time at the beginning of the year. We were spending often time the first several weeks just establishing routines and establishing those things with our awesome students to create that. And we do the same thing at home. So we're hoping that will offer you a lot of help as you're setting yourself up for the year, okay? So before we get into the final pages here that are just kind of bonus pages that, well, no, they're really part of the compass too. They're meant to help guide you as well. That I want to go over the next 3 bullet points with you. So we've got resources your kids can do on their own, giving you balance. So we have specifically chosen the curriculums that we love that aren't super parent intensive, okay? And we did that intentionally. If you find that you would like something that's a little bit more parent involved or different in any way, we'll tell you at the end here how you can come, and we'd love to kind of exchange ideas with you and support you through that if that's something that you would like to look at, okay? So the other thing we have is peace of mind, knowing you're doing it right, and confidence that your kids will be successful re-entering public school if that is part of the plan, all right? So that's the thing, again, at the beginning of 2020 as friends and family we're calling us, is just feeling, that I can do this for my child, that if we need to go back, I won't have totally messed their education up. This is super important. And these are things that we have used, and we know that they can help you. I have had my kids in and out of the public school system, depending on different phases in our life. And we've done 5. We're starting our 6th this year. I don't know. With homeschool, we've done 2 years of, that would be right, because I've got an 8th grader. So we've got about 6 years in the homeschooling, a few years that we've done at wonderful public school experiences. And you have that in the back of your mind, is my kid going to be able to go back? And these are things that we've used, and know that you'll be able to make that will work. There's obviously going to be some growing pains and adjustments on both sides, but as you do these things, we really feel like they'll academically take care of things, okay? Now, for the final pages, we have our bullet says bonus tips for how to maintain social interaction, how to keep reading strong in your home, and how to feel like a pro as you navigate this homeschool journey. So that takes us into these final pages. First, we have social connections. That is super important for all of us. We want our kids, we see the relief that they get and the balance that they get emotionally and in so many ways from being able to see their friends' faces. And so we have 2 pages dedicated to this. One is full of ideas for complete social distancing options, depending on what your area is mandating at this time, depending on your own personal preferences. There's a lot you can do with technology to still let your kids get some time in with others, okay? And then we also have a page of small group options where you can gather a few children if you're comfortable with that, allowed to do that, able to do that. And these are both pages, things that we have done over the years, things that we will be doing right now as we navigate this time and want to make sure those social connections are still happening for our wonderful little humans. We have a reading helps page. Michelle and I are huge believers that those kids that we've worked with over the years that are reading and enjoy reading and are reading regularly are succeeding, okay? Reading, succeeding. And we really want to help you to establish a habit of independent reading time and read aloud time in your home. And making that happen is something we hugely believe will help you to do what you need to do to give your child the education that they need. So we have a whole page full of our favorite book lists, sources for titles, full of ways to make that happen, hopefully comfortably in your house, because this is really, really important as you're providing your child with a great education, okay? And last but not least, so this is the final page, and it also includes the final bullet on our list, which is a support group so you don't feel alone, okay? So on this final page, they're just pro tips. They're things that we wish we'd known from the beginning, okay? Things that we have learned over the years that we hope we can give to you. And we also have a final invitation, and this is for anybody. You do not have to have purchased the compass to take this for yourself, but it's an invitation to come and join us over on our Facebook page. It's a private group for Homeschool Haven, and in this place, this is a free space where parents, we come and talk with each other. They'll tell us some of their concerns. We even do parent spotlights where parents just tell us specifically what they're looking for. We talk to them through Facebook Messenger. We put together a video for them specifically that we put up for everybody to look at. And again, that is free of charge. We just want mostly this Homeschool Haven space idea to be a place where we can help you feel more confident in whatever decisions you're making for your child as you begin this homeschool journey. And maybe this compass is something that is your answer in being able to create that. And maybe we can help you in other ways. We'd love to be a part of that with you and help you to feel successful at that. So just a final thought here. I'm a huge believer that you can't mess up your kids' education because you care. That the things that we really care about, there might be some growing pains, there might be a steep learning curve, it might take some bruises and bumps as you're along the way, but that you'll figure it out because you care about it. So whatever you're choosing for your kid, you're doing great. Way to go. And we wish you all the best from us here at Homeschool Haven. Michelle and I would be excited to be a part of that if you feel that this is something that would fit for you and supporting you at this time. We're really here for the homeschool parent to feel like they can do this and offering anything that we can. And a lot of times, again, on this Facebook group, the parents are the ones that are teaching us a lot of things, and it's got that support going there with everybody. So you're going to do great. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.